Everybody's tip for the top is Andrea Dovizioso, no doubt about that. There's Alex Rins then. Been a disastrous start for the Angel and the Eto team, Steve.
Not a good start.
Turn one, it is windy. That went without an awful lot of warning. Just as soon as he put a bit of lean angle into that, away he goes.
Down into turn 16, and as easy as that.
Moving in, it's early, front end just went right from underneath him. Of course, he did seen this crash 1,000 times down the years. Here at the Sailings is the replay of Nakagami.
Well, that shot away from under.
Feeling the pressure at this one with the world on his shoulders. I just wanted to get it from your thoughts.
I think
Hard to call.
0.6, that's faster than everyone in front of him, and Alex Rins, after such a strong performance this weekend.
Oh dear. Something went horribly wrong there for Johan Zarco.
Oh! And that was almost, fortunately, on the damp, on the power, winds it on, and that's all she wrote. Nasty, nasty crash. It's good news that Danny's okay. Oh, he's gone! He's going to knock him off! Oh, on earth has he done it? He's done it again!
Oh, and Rossi's on the grass!
As he did earlier.
No room there.
Oh, well,
He knows it because
front end. I mean, it never settled. It never settled.
He was just going way too hot there.
Kilometres. There you see the crash again from Mark. I thought that was live then. I thought we'd seen him go down again.
Marc Marquez, you can see there, he was perhaps in hot. Mounting then for Alex Rins. He tried so hard to save it. The front went. He tried to pick back turn one. Front end washing out from underneath.
Is chasing Johan Zarco and just asking a bit too much of that front.
Used in Argentina a couple of weeks ago. Oh, it's a high side. That's just not enough side of that hard option. And produced one of the most brilliant pole laps you'll ever see. He was so wide there, so.
He tried, but they of it into turn 15. Again, much like Marc Marquez, front end. Brakes we go, lean angle, bang, down we go.
And look where he is.
Sorry, Simon, we're going to have to cut in. We have to cut. Goes wide as well. Lorenzo then cuts back over, closes the door.
Pedrosa's body position. What a monster high hand as it's Alex Crivier corner. He tried to hang on to that. That's where Alex Rins bailed out. His fastest lap of the race, a 1:39.2. Crutch slows down. Cal Crutch.
Just watching again there. Let's just see what happened.
Got in too hot in the Alex Crivier corner, didn't he? You can see that very.
0.5 slower than Marc Marquez. I would jump in the air. Paul starts from 16, so if he can have a good first lap.
It's a shame. He's pretty wide in the corner.
Look how he tried to dig that knee in as well. How many times?
He was on a hot lap. Oh, that really snatched away from him there. Hopefully he's... Oh, look at that. That went so quickly. As soon as he started getting on the brakes there.
Yeah, you can just see him there, just making sure.
Still a bit too hot, I think, there.
Yeah, tumble. Quite a long way into the corner. Spargaro.
That's fast.
He never got that front end settled at all, did he? That is a fact.
Of course, had a decent result over in Jerez, and that is something you can...
Front ender, yep, almost a little bit further into the corner.
Riders line up for next year. We can go for an expert rider or maybe...
Pairs on that bike, Luti. That will be your classic...
Trying everything possible
Fantastic work by Hamilton. Is 1:32.104 yesterday.
Big crash that he tried desperately to hang on to.
He thought he had. I think he might have a bit of a friction burn. 31.774, which wasn't quite quick.
Petrucci and Rossi are coming. No, so he's down! Zarco's down! And turn 8!
Down the road.
Too hot.
He was in wide and hot. Trail braking in.
Oh, he's down! He's down at La Chapelle. Andrea Dovizioso goes down.
On Hoy Lorenzo, he got it unsettled, didn't he? He got it really unsettled. No, look at this. You can see it definitely. He had a bobble going.
The fancy that you're probably right there, Matt. And yeah, it looked like he was underneath. Difficult one to work out that. Yeah. And Zarco takes. I'll tell you what, that's not as clear cut as it may well. Slightly wide.
He was out wide, wasn't he? Yet. He was out wide. He was already committed.
We're going to see the crash here, and yeah,
goodness me. Tried to hold on to that. That's a fast off.
So cold, natural fact. If you look at the tire,
Extend his advantage.
He's down, and he's down,
that's a
and he's
huge
really
high side.
pinned himself.
Gonna wind the power back on, and there you go. Look at that. That is a horrible, horrible crash. Well, it could be.
And he gets No, exactly. I think you're right on the money there, Matt. We've got a minute. Just seeing here a replay then of the crash there at turn number. He's bitten off a bit too much there, Matt. That's over at turn number 7.
In 3 different corners in very quick succession, and Franco Morbidelli.
Yeah, Dovi went out on a hard to begin with, but he's obviously now decided to change that over and see how he fares in just a moment. We can see a replay here of Carol Abraham.
Yeah, he's gone in there too hot, and unfortunately, then when he's gone on to the start to the weekend's proceedings.
Maverick Vinales just.
Oh, he's down! Marquez is down!
Oh, he's
the World Championship has tried to save it! And he
actually a key moment in the season. Down. Look how long he tried to save it. He tried, but ultimately
he tried to pick it up in the gravel trap.
Pressure on, because you know one more mistake, you could be qualifying outside the top 10.
Oh, that's fast. That's
Zarco. Yeah, that's nasty. That's high speed. That's going into Casanova. Battle the Pelagio corner.
That just completely folded. 2 session for Marc Marquez. Yep, there you go. He's not saving that one. He's pretty magic, and you've got to say. Turn 4.
This is it. He lost it over the crest. Oh, dear me. Oh,
goodness.
Oh,
goodness me.
He's out cold. He's out cold.
Smith. Oh, a nudge there. Bit cheeky. Bradley Smith stays up. And that is a fast old place to
lane, because he's just totaled the first bike in FP4 this weekend in MotoGP. Just the front end washing out there, your classic turn 2 crash.
Bike just about settles, and literally as soon as it settles, he tips it in, a little bit more angle. And
have to look further afield. Classic front end wash out at turn number. Going to give you that chance. Look at that.
No
front
saving
end.
that.
You are not going to save those. Point where it's just hanging in there for the pace he's trying to run. Yeah, you don't.
Just as he got on the throttle there.
Zarco had already picked up the weight off the front end as it transferred on the rear as he got on the gas, but
just as soon as he got on the power there with Takaki Nakagami. No hope there at all
as well. Oh, dearie me.
What's happened there? Oh,
well, he's, you know,
this is,
oh, that's a blow up and a half.
Yeah, Tito Rabat out, get off the bike, put it down, and away he goes.
Army. Yeah, poor old Bradley Smith. Nakagami got in, it looked like he got it breaking in, and poor old Bradley Smith had absolutely nowhere to go. It's kind of very polite and oh, look at that, look how that, the front folded.
And then it's just
the bolt, yeah, it's a.
Just as he looked to apply the throttle, and then, oh, our screens have just gone blank at exactly the wrong moment.
Yeah, he picked up the throttle there, Andy Rossi. Look at this, his bike does not skip.
But probably was already very close to the line, but was already too late.
Thank you. Thank you.
His head was a mess. Oh my goodness me. He was way out on the curbs there. I don't know if we're going to get an earlier shot. Language sort of tells the story, really, doesn't it? Yeah, exactly the same as Lorenzo. Just as soon. 12 and 3rd on the Honda in 2011. That's a nasty old smash up for Pollard.
What that is. Oh, he's run right off. Exactly what I was saying. You run off, you don't crash there. Oh, that's terrible. The bike.
Oh, he was out a bit wide. Yeah, he was just out a little bit wide.
Polispargo wipes out the back. That's
Polispargo actually tagged that. There you go. Polispargo, he hit the back of Andrea, you know, the head there from Lace. Oh, dear me.
Goodness. Straight into the air fence.
We are in the first 2 rows, then it always end up in a group and see if we can be competitive tomorrow.
Good luck, David.
Front end tucks, hanging on, hanging on. Look, he's digging his knee in. Right now, this won't be helping his cause. That's the classic front end washout down the bottom of the hill. A bit Tito about now. This is a fast old tumble. Having a bit of a tough time.
Teammate Carol Abraham tucks the front. Both of them were out.
Again.
Well, that might be looked at. That's a massive crash there. That looked really heavy.
Alvaro Bautista.
He's down.
Oh, he's gone down. That's just about coming up horsepower hill. Alex.
The MotoGP riders in Q2, a bit of a warning here, Matt. There's a number of fallers here.
To be sticking his neck out like he is on this final lap, because he's 6th gear. never really got it settled, didn't he? Trailing the brake into that tricky turn.
This has been kind enough to have a quick chat to us. Lynn, I know.
Look at this. This was at turn 16, the famous Brooklands corner. Going, finally gone. On smoke off that front tyre. Sparks flying off. Crash of the...
Yeah, just off throttle.
Yeah.
Literally
Just
shut
took
the
some
throttle
weight off the front. Oh, yeah. Classic farm corner.
Bell. Oh, wow, there's the crash for Tito Rabat, and that just shows you how fast it is at turn number 12. I tell you,
look at that, he's gone all the way to the F. Well,
and another one.
They're going to have
There's
to red
oil,
flag this as
flag.
well. Oh, dearie me, who's that? That's Tito Rabat.
Yeah, Alex Rins has just got out of shape, and he's run out. He's run off it.
He jumped off.
He jumped off now. Then
He's back to the caddy teammate, Danilo Petrucci, at the front end, just watching out from underneath Miller. Back shifting 2 or 3 gears down that first corner. Down. It is. Look at this. He's still trying to hang on, and then he just has to let go.
a lot of lean angle, and the slowest of tip-offs. For second down in sector 1.
That went very early for Bradley.
Front end never settling there.
Right at the start of the session, Steve, we saw
The rider comment to her about the bike, and yeah.
Well, thanks very much to Massimo Marigali for talking to Simon.
Jack Miller went away from him. That's your classic turn 15 front end washout, isn't it?
His brilliant result here in the wet last year. He finished in second place, but
you know, a used tire is always more difficult to get the grip.
On the soft, on the medium, you know, when they restart quite easily.
In fact, he goes into the front of Lorenzo's gone down at turn 1.
he's up the inside, went in a bit hot. Lorenzo went wide on the gas and bang.
Basically, I can't wait for the season to be over. That's at turn 3. You've seen that crash here in Aragon once, you've seen it 1,000 times.
Get it back. Let's see what's happened to him here then. He's obviously tried to hold on to it. Turn 7. So that's a fast action.
Went pretty early as he was downshift.
Here's Rossi. That's just that classic Aragon turn 2 tumble. And that crash more often this weekend as we look at Paul Espargo. Oh, the last thing he needs, and probably fought for the victory. It's all kind of ifs, buts. Drost a strong challenge.
Cool, that snapped away, didn't it? No chance.
Hotel tonight, he'll be thinking that was a golden chance for me to get back to number 4 on that front tyre. You don't save those, not at that speed. That went away. So
you're never going to save that at that speed, as you rightly say.
Yeah. That's more of your routine front end washout at the end of turn number.
Trying to pass, you won't get the run down the next straight.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Right on that right foot as well.
Me. Oh. Here of Bautista, was he maybe just distracted by a bike that was exiting pit lane
from Rins?
Oh, he's done! He's gone! It's over! It's all done!
Came through the exit door.
He was slightly wide.
Yeah, offline. Stole crash. That's coming through turn number 12.
God blimey. That bike's absolutely wrecked.
9, but still. Oh, Morbidelli's down.
Oh, it's a quick
turn 12. That's a huge crash. Turn.
The 7. Third gear corner. You go from with DG in the front, but also unbelievable engineers who are very
away from him. I don't know if he was just slightly offline, just perhaps that seamless shift gearbox.
Oh my goodness, that's a horrible, horrible crash. Losing control of the motorcycle, the change of direction, and he goes clearing through.
That's the Bautista one.
That bike.
Or whether it's him just adapting to the bike, or we need to change the bike. So it's a little.
Front end just going out.
Just a bit unsettled, and the front folds. Marc Marquez will be incredibly relieved he's wrapped up the World Championship, because he said he'd
start picking the bike up while Siren's gone down the first corner. In he goes, the front end just washing away smoke off the front tyre, and he's along for the ride.
Of Nakagami. Oh. Yeah. That went quite early, didn't it? And the bike flying. Oh, he's down. Lukey heights, and down he goes. As soon as brakes, as soon as he got any angle in, bang.
He was braking straight up and down, Steve.
Now trying to challenge. Marquez! Oh, a huge crash!
Zarco!
Clicking then. Oh, just as Marquez tried to get
an hour. Yes, the front, what happened there? Just front tyre. That was the big puff of smoke.
Zarco. Oh, goodness me.
Rossi has gone down.
A replay of that one there from Rossi.
Do you know what? I think he'll...
Lean angles. Let's have a look here. He just loses it on the way into turn 15.
Malaysian fan.
It's almost down.
And you know he's gone down.
He has gone down.
It's quite painful, not only for me, but as well for the bike.
Thank you, Carol.
Let's just see what happened here then. So that's the bike of Jordi Torres barrel rolling through.
Exactly where it happened in 2012. Exactly the same. Exactly the same. But you just see there your class very early on in this session.
That's the crash from Xavier Simeon. He was trying to get...
Wash out. Yep, there you go. That is your classic turn 2.
The crashes so far today had been at turn 12 until this moment. On the brakes.
Brakes right-hander. Oh, he's down. Marc Marquez has made the mistake. He was already pushing that. On the back. Yeah, look at that. The front end, it was almost a carbon copy of what happened to Marc Marquez.
They're just coming in, losing the front. That's your usual crash at turn 14. But as we are, I'd like it to stay as we watch a replay here of that high side from Valentino Rossi, realizing that, which is rather interesting. Because Alberto 12 club then, exactly the same crash. Perhaps a slightly softer landing for into the Realia Vintia rider. The rear comes round on him.
Oh, the rear's just come round on him.
There was no say. Yep, just as soon as he... Bit of lean angle there as well. You have to be so careful, especially in the wet there. And yeah, look at that, the bike just trapping him.
Look, left leg, wet weather riders. Look at that, Petrucci. The rear just came round on him.
No, Rossi, in he goes. The back comes round on him and down.
Actually, he's now 8th.
Another horrible
That's the
crash.
Petrucci Vignales job all over again. Yeah, he's
13. Oh, the rear's come round him at 13. That's just about the worst crash you could have.
That's what happened to Petrucci. Well, listen, look at that. Nothing he could have done with the back. You could hear he was being ginger. There's a bit shaken up here. Look at that. That almost pivoted round to a...
the rear comes round, and that, that's a horrible crash for the world champion.
Tell you what, that shoulder would have popped. Hanging onto the handlebars, it would have come out. Look at that, a wallop on his